Hey John, how you doing? You all
How you
right?
doing, Chris? I'm doing great.
Yeah, great. Thanks so
Surviving.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say thanks, by the way, for filming this awesome course, acousticmasterclass.com. It's really phenomenal.
I
I've
really enjoyed doing it. It takes a while to kind of do these things. So I hired a friend of mine to be part of it, to kind of do all the camera work and everything. But Casey Dreesen also happens to be like an amazing fiddle player, so it was kind of funny
I
doing
realized
it.
I realized halfway through that it was who he was. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is cool. So he filmed it, and you've got HD cameras and decent audio. So
Yeah, he had a bunch of stuff because he had done his own thing like back years that I knew that he was always interested in cameras and things. And he lives pretty much next door to me here in Nashville.
massive.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks Casey, by the way, and
exactly. Thanks, Casey.
this whole project, I don't know if we've actually properly talked about it, but it's thanks to the Arts Council England. So I want to say thanks to Arts Council England for making this possible. And
Brilliant.
we've so you filmed basically a course in Irish folk guitar. Um,
Yeah.
a couple of different tunes you approach to rhythm and lead, and it's amazing because I've always loved your music, and not just me, but most of the folkies in England. We
Well, I
look
appreciate
at
that,
you
Chris.
as a great player, and not so
I tried to do this thing where, like, remember we were talking about at the start how to approach this whole teaching course, at least from my part of view, my point. And I was trying to kind of figure out how I could play a tune and teach a tune. So I started teaching a jig, teach a reel, and then how to approach them chordally. So in that, it's kind of it has basically everything you need to play, because like you have to go from the basics anyway. So like the whole strum and the whole thing, it's all about from the very basics to the more complex stuff. You don't need anything else. But in that, there's a huge range from going from a beginner's scale to an advanced. You can do any amount of things within that context.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. Yeah, I realized that while watching the videos back and trying to score the music, which we've done. Of course, the videos. I don't know
I
if
I didn't envy you that task.
Yeah, so it's all beautifully tabbed up, and as you watch as the students are watching the videos, they can actually slow them down and see exactly what you're playing
Well, that's amazing.
with the lead, and of course the rhythm lessons. So you teach the rhythm track for the tune, the rhythm part, and
Yeah.
also some solos, and then you give some lessons on embellishments and that kind of thing, and how to get that
Yeah.
kind of to make the tune sound more interesting. It's basically how to play like John Doyle, which is incredible. It's incredibly valuable because there are guitarists all over the place that I know in the future are gonna just love this. So
Well, it's all the people that I had listened to as from early on, like, we don't, none of us come from a vacuum. So we've all listened to and have admired all sorts of players over the years. And, all of that comes into your own playing eventually, even if you don't realize it. Like, I hear bits of Dylan in my playing. I hear, of course, my heroes like Martin Carty and, and Richard Thompson and all these great English folk players, Martin Simpson, etc. But I also hear all my Irish, like, in particular, Artie McLean, Steve Cooney is in there, like, so I hear all of this stuff that goes on. And when you listen back to it, when I listen, I don't try and listen back to what I do, as much as I can.
yeah,
But
yeah,
when you do listen back, you go, oh yeah, I got that from here and here and here, so everyone gets it from everywhere. It's
sure.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And so one of the nice things about this as well, this it's called the masterclass series. So you film these lessons, but also there's a live online Zoom masterclass, and in a way, we're making this video just to talk about to mention that. So if anyone's watching this right now on Facebook or wherever, um, this Saturday, so Saturday the 15th of May at 6 p.m. UK time in London. So what time is that in? You're in Asheville, are you?
Asheville, North Carolina.
Right.
So it's EST here. So it's 1 p.m. here.
So
It's good
1
for me
p.m.
to know. It's one
America,
o'clock.
Um,
So that would be 10 o'clock and
in Los
Western.
Angeles.
Yeah,
10, yeah.
10 in the morning.
Yeah, and if you're in Europe, I'm actually in France right now. It's 19, set 7 p.m.
7
East.
p.m.
So we're all. That's the great thing. In a way, COVID has been a disaster for musicians,
Yeah.
obviously for all of us. At least we can connect in a way that we never did before. So
Well, we've definitely learned a different trade of doing videos and, teaching online and doing gigs online. Not that it's the best, but at
yeah,
least it's
yeah.
something.
Have you got any gigs coming up? I mean,
I
is it?
haven't done any for a good few months because I had kind of a bit of an ear issue there, kind of a eustachian tube thing. But like it's coming back now, it's getting better. So I'll probably do one next month or in a few weeks' time.
Okay.
So that's but it's been kind of good to have a break. Not that I've been having a break, like I've been doing all sorts of things, but
Yeah.
like mixing an albums for people and recording for other projects for later on, and doing what we can do.
Yeah. 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 Well, okay. Well, thanks so much. And
You're welcome, Chris.
I
And fair
really,
play to you for getting this all together. Like it's a heap of work, to doing that.
yeah, it's been a lot of work, but a lot of fun as well to kind of try and connect with guitar students. Really, that's what I'm doing at the moment, and I massively appreciate you coming in, and because we couldn't think of a better person to teach on a folk website, a folk and blues website than
All right,
yourself.
thanks, man.
So cheers.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, I'll just mention again this Saturday the 15th of May, you can head across to acousticmasterclass.com and sign up and buy John's course. There'll be a link around this video. You can buy the course and you'll have access to all of those lessons inside, and you can learn from John. There's a jig and a reel, different stuff. And if you get in before this Saturday, you can also take part in the live Zoom masterclass where you're teaching something in C, right?
So I'm going to be teaching a C tuning that I've been using for years now. Since I was like 15 or 16, I was trying to learn some of Martin Carty's and Martin Simpson's work, and Dick Gahan's as well. And I kept on hearing this low C in their playing. So I was moving around trying to figure it out. And I eventually got to this tuning that I started using and then have been using ever since. It was over the course of time, I realized that it wasn't Carty's tuning at all. It was a completely different tuning. But what it does is you're able to create close chords with it, and you're able to use it quite handily while singing, at least from my point of view. But you can learn for yourself and see if that works or not for you.
That's awesome. 'Cause I remember we had I put on a few gigs for you in Shrewsbury over the years, where I'm from.
I know, yeah.
Like you played with Dirk Powell one year and
That's
Mike
right, yeah.
Goldrick another time, and a few times on your own. And I remember one time I asked you what you were doing, and you said, "Oh, it's a C tuning. I'll show you one time." And then you never. Obviously, the next day you'd gone off.
Did I not do it?
But finally, I'm really happy. In a way, this is for me, it's a lesson. So I can't wait to watch it on Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't teach it to you. I was meant to.
I think
The next time.
it was a late night, 11 p.m. after the gig, and
Right, I remember.
mentioned it. And
Well, we always had great fun. I always had great fun going to Shrewsbury and playing there. What a beautiful spot, what a beautiful part of the world.
yeah,
But the great thing about that C tuning, is that it's not an open tuning, it's kind of a closed tuning in certain ways, but I love it because of the close chords in it, and it has a resemblance to a bouzouki tuning, and it also has a resemblance to like a 5-string banjo.
yeah.
There's all these little intricacies in it, so I enjoy it
What are
anyway.
the strings again, so I can make sure everyone's in tune before.
It's from the bass to the top. It's C, F, C, G, C, D. C, F, C, G, C, D.
Okay. I'll make sure the students know to get into tune beforehand, so they're
Yeah.
all ready for the lesson. All right. Well,
All right.
John, yeah, really,
Fair play, Chris.
yeah. Looking forward to it on Saturday, and yeah, thanks again, and we'll
Well, good luck in France there.
cheers.
There are worse places to be.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, it's a lovely spot. So, yeah, I'll speak soon. Cheers, John.